I know we're almost at the end, but I think it's important to spend a few more minutes with us. James is around, and I would like to invite James to say a few words. He's our program manager for this project and been very supportive of bringing the community together. So James, if you are around and can say a few words, we would really appreciate it. And then I'll close with some closing remarks.
Thank you, Madhav. I've been listening to all the talks since yesterday, and it's so exciting to see all the amazing pieces of work that all of you have been doing. And so much more needs to be done. So it's really good to see that the community is coming together. And just to lay out a brief background about this project, in 2020, April, May timeframe, we had kind of chaotic situation in NSF because we were dealing with rapid projects. There were, hundreds of inquiries. I was meeting with a lot of PIs, and we were trying to self-organize. We were working remotely, as all of you probably were at that time. And so it was kind of a moment for self-organization, chaos, and so forth. But we managed to fund as many as we could. I think we funded about 170 projects, over 21 million. But across NSF, we funded hundreds of rapid projects. So after we funded the projects, all of the SAIS program directors actually were discussing with each other, and we had long discussions about what else could we do? What do we need to do as we move forward, we deal with COVID? And so one thought that came up was we need to use this crisis situation to learn about what SAIS has done in the past that had worked, what could have been done better. How do we come together as SAIS and related communities to build the roadmap for future? And while we were evaluating rapid projects, we saw many similar ideas come to many different program directors. We were looking at how should we help the community come together and help each other work together to address the COVID crisis. So as we talked to a lot of the rapid PIs, it was very, very inspiring to see that all the PIs who reached out to us, hundreds of them, were so passionate, so eager to do something to contribute to the crisis. I mean, we all wish that we had more money to support more people doing the research. But anyway, so the idea of forming a virtual organization naturally became a strong idea that everyone came on board. And we're very thankful to Madhav, Lee, Anil, and Erin and team who came together to take the mantle and move forward. So the whole goal of this Prepare virtual organization is how can we come together as SAIS and related researchers, social, behavioral economics, and other areas, and collectively look at this holistic problem that we have to address. And of course, by coming together means bridging the gaps, building the bridges, as Wendy had highlighted. Unless we really come together, it's a difficult problem to solve. And I think in the keynote, Amira had mentioned that in the past pandemic, we thought that we won't be dealing with similar problems again. I don't remember the exact sentence, but that was very enlightening. But we see that we have faltered in certain cases. The SAIS innovations, I think, help in other ways. But what could we do better to prepare for the next pandemic of this scale or similar extreme events? We have climate change challenge and so forth. So it was really enlightening to hear all the work you have done. And that's really the goal of this virtual organization. And we hope that this will be a platform for you to find each other in terms of collaborative opportunities, write new proposals. And most importantly, we are very eagerly looking forward to this roadmap that will help we program director to push for ideas, push for initiatives of different scale to the NSF leadership. So again, thank you so much for your talks, for your participation. And I think this is just the beginning. Please send your comments. I saw many interesting suggestions to NSF in your slides. That was enlightening. Please do share any lessons that you have learned, any challenges that you have faced. And collectively, I hope to see this in this roadmap document that is one part of this project. So NSF is actually it's a bottom-up kind of organization. I'm actually from University of Pittsburgh as an IPA here. So it's good to know that a lot of the ideas that become some initiative of some program actually comes from the community. This organization is great opportunity, platform for all of you to suggest changes, suggest directions that NSF can really work on. So thank you again to everyone. Thanks to all the organizers, and special thanks to keynote speakers. That was very enlightening. Back to you, Madhav.
Thanks so much, James. This is absolutely wonderful. It really helps to hear you all tell us how this whole thing came about. So I just want to say a few words before we move to the poster session, the final poster session for the workshop. And let me first just start by thanking NSF, and in particular James and other program managers at NSF who are instrumental in actually bringing up this Prepare project to life. This is genuinely a joint effort between us and NSF. And as James said, the goal is finally to build a roadmap that NSF can use to decide how they're going to fund future work in this area. So thanks again to NSF and James. We really appreciate on behalf of the community the work that you folks did and starting this at an opportune time. I also want to thank the program committee members, Anil, Lee, Andreas, and Beth. Terrific job on your side to pull this together. I know this was a lot of work. And a special thanks to Erin for doing an amazing job. She really pulled this together and almost no glitch at all, which is quite uncommon when you do web-based systems. So thanks again. Thanks to Amira and Simon for talks that they gave. I think it was galvanizing in many ways. Many people talked to me afterwards and told me that they enjoyed the presentations. And finally, to the presenters and the folks who are doing posters. I think the whole meeting is about you all, because at the end, our goal is to collect this information, synthesize it, and pass it off to NSF in a meaningful way. Let me tell you what our next steps are and how you can help us. First, we will compile all this material, including the talks and the slides, and with permission from presenters, as we discussed, share it with the community. Second, we are planning to have another workshop, which is going to be focused on high-performance computing and data science and their relationship to pandemic planning and response sometime in the early part of next year. And Erin will send out an email to all of us letting you know. Everybody's welcome to attend. Third, we have started collecting educational material as a part of this effort, because a lot of folks told us that they came from background from computer science, from mathematics, and they were looking for course material that they could use starting new courses. So we're doing that, and hopefully as this material becomes available on our web, you all can use it and add to it. That's important. It's at the end of the day, it's a community effort. How can you help us? As I said, you can contribute to the community resource in many ways. One is to provide us with any of your course notes, lectures that you think are useful and others can make good use of it. It's always good. Science is, as we know, really built by working with others. Second, if you have new data sets, a lot of people mentioned during the talks that I heard about data set codes. Our job is not to pull it from you at all, but just let us know. And we try and compile it on our website so that others can access it. The intent for us is not to build an infrastructure where all this data can be stored. That's certainly not, at least this project's intent. The intent is to make the information available about this to everyone else. And I think in general, NSF strongly encourages sharing to the extent you can. Please do, because I think it's helpful. And last, if you're organizing other meetings or workshops and you want the larger community to know, again, we can help you advertise it. In one form or other, you can use this webpage. Other resources that we have created. On that note, I would like to please close the main part of the workshop. The final poster session remains. This has been a terrific set of talks in 2 days. I've learned so much, and I can't thank you all enough for being with us for such a long time. 2 days is a long time these days on the Zoom call, staring at your screen, small or large.